In this video, we will solve a problem on cournot duopoly model. The question is, an industry has two firms, each of which produces output at a constant unit cost of $10 per unit. The demand function for the industry is given by, that is Q is equal to 1 is 10 is 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, million. That is 1 million upon P. Find the cournot equilibrium price for the industry. Options are being given as 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. Okay. So what we are being given? We have two firms. So we have two firms cournot model here. And we have a constant unit cost. That means our marginal cost is constant, that is $10 per unit. Demand function is being given, that is market demand function is being given by this very function, that is Q is equal to 1 million upon P. We need to find out the market price, cournot market price at equilibrium. Okay. So if we can visualize the given demand function, it is actually what we call the rectangular hyperbolic demand function, or it is a constant elasticity demand function. Okay, because if I plug here and if I write it here, P into Q, transposing it here, it will be 1 is 1 million. That means our total revenue will be constant here. So it is our constant elasticity demand function. And what is the price elasticity of demand in this equation? Rather in this demand function, it will be equal to 1. Okay, so let me first explain why I am trying to find out the price elasticity of demand. Because to solve this cournot equilibrium, when we have the rectangular hyperbolic demand function or constant elastic demand function, we will require the price elasticity of demand. So let's first find out the price elasticity of demand. So price elasticity of demand is dq upon dp times p upon q. You know this very thing. dq upon dp means the derivative of this demand function with respect to p. So derivative of this will be equal to minus 1 million divided by p square, you know it, upon into p divided by what is q. Q is again this function, that is understand as 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, million divided by p. Okay, so p, this p goes, or let me write it here, it becomes, I don't know how many zeros are here, enter, so transposing it here, it becomes p square divided by this step. This gets cancelled, this gets cancelled, so we are left with minus 1 is the price elasticity of demand. Okay, for any price, the elasticity of demand will remain constant. Having said that, now for equilibrium we know that, and also we are being told, let me write it first here. So marginal cost of each firm is being given as is $10. Okay, for equilibrium, what we do, we equate the marginal revenue with the marginal cost. Okay, now what is the marginal revenue in this case when we have the this kind of demand function? So marginal revenue, and let me write it here, marginal revenue will be equal to price price times twice the elasticity of demand plus 1 divided by, this is the formula for calculating the marginal revenue when we have two firm cournot model. Now what is this two? 2 denotes the number of firms. In our case, the number of firms is equal to 2. So therefore here it is 2. Also this 2 also denotes the number of firms here. E denotes the price elasticity of demand. In our case it is -1. Okay. So for n number of firms in cournot model, so we will have marginal revenue would be equal to price times n times the elasticity of demand plus 1 divided by n. Okay. Having said that, so our marginal revenue in this case will be equal to price times 2 denotes the number of firms. Here we have 2, so let's write it here 2, or let us write the formula first, twice E. Okay, so we are just calculating the marginal revenue first, and then we equate it with the marginal cost. So our marginal revenue will be equal to price times 2, since we have 2 firms here, so we have 2. What is price elasticity of demand? We calculated it as -1, then we have +1 divided by 2 times -1. So marginal revenue will be equal to price, this is -2 plus 1 divided by -2. So it becomes minus P into, now look at -1 upon 2, -2, this gets cancelled, so we get P will be equal to 1 upon 2. Sorry, our marginal revenue comes out to be 1 upon 2 P. I hope I have done the calculation right. So this is our marginal revenue. At equilibrium, we equate marginal revenue with the marginal cost. Marginal revenue is this, so 1 upon 2 P should be equal to the marginal cost, which is being given us as 10. Solving for P, so P will be equal to 10. Transpose it here, it becomes 2, so 20 will be the what we call the equilibrium market price in case of cournot duopoly. Now, what is the output produced by each firm? So total quantity produced in the market will be equal to, so we have 1 million, 1 is 10 is 100,000, 100,000, million, divided by the market price is 20. This gets cancelled, so we are left with 100,000 upon 2, which comes out to be 50,000. So total, or BX0, so total output in the market will be equal to 50,000. Okay. Since we have the symmetric costs here, output of firm 1 will be equal to the output of firm 2, so they will separate it. So 50,000 upon 2 is 25,000. So each firm will produce 25,000 units of output, and we can also find out the total profit. We are not supposed to find out here. Okay, so the main thing was here, if we have what we call the constant elastic demand function in a cournot duopoly, we use this relation to get the marginal revenue equaling marginal cost, and correspondingly we can find out the equilibrium market price. I hope I make myself clear and you find out these videos helpful. Thank you.